Triple D, Daniel Dynamite Dubois. Heavyweight champion of the world, Alexander Usyk.
Fully legal. He went down Usyk like he'd been shot by a sniper. Let's get that right. Like he wasn't going to get up.
Under the scorching lights of Wembley Stadium, the rematch between Alexander Usyk and Daniel Dubois wasn't just a fight. It was a cinematic collision of styles, pride, and pure animosity. No low blows, no controversy. Just a thunderous, all-out war that left the crowd roaring and both men covered in the brutal poetry of combat. From the very first round, Dubois came out swinging like a man with a vendetta. No waiting, no measuring, just raw aggression. He bulldozed forward behind heavy artillery, looking to make Usyk uncomfortable early. But Usyk, ever the tactician, slid through angles like a ghost dipped in Vaseline, snapping sharp counters while staying just out of reach. Each exchange was a high-speed chess match with real consequences. Dubois threw hammers. Usyk replied with scalpels. In the fifth, Wembley gasped. Dubois landed a left hook so fierce it looked like it might have rewritten Usyk's coordinates. The Ukrainian buckled for a second, but only a second.
Nod of the head from Daniel Dubois. You do wonder, Richie, the longer the fight goes, that the more the confidence will build, the more he's...
Then came the storm. Usyk shifted gears and unleashed combinations so rapid, it looked like someone hit fast forward. Dubois, gasping for breath, stood tall, but the signs of war were written on his body. Bruised, battered, but still breathing fire. As the championship rounds approached, the technical chess match broke down into primal chaos. They weren't just fighting, they were proving. Dubois swung with knockout intentions in every shot, desperate to flip the script. Usyk stood his ground, dodging the recklessness with sniper precision, landing counters that stole the air from the arena. Every punch was thrown with months of buildup behind it. Pride, respect, legacy, pain. Daniel Dubois didn't walk into the post-fight presser. He arrived like a storm. Decked out in snakeskin shoes and pants so loud they had their own decibel level, Dubois looked less like a boxer and more like a man who just got done flipping a casino table in a Bond film. His energy? Straight chaos. He's 38. I'm 27. That's facts, Dubois declared, not like a stat, but like a prophecy. He said it with such conviction it felt like Usyk's birth year was somehow a personal insult. I'm gonna turn him old in that ring, he smirked. He didn't just want to beat Usyk, he wanted to inspire him. Asked about the possibility of having a celebratory pint with Tyson Fury or Anthony Joshua? Nah, he shrugged. Once business is done, I don't even want to see him. That's not shade, that's a blackout. Dubois isn't looking for handshakes. He wants silence, solitude, and a throne stacked with belts. This wasn't just a fight. It was a statement, a warning, a new chapter. Dubois came in like a wrecking ball wrapped in ambition. Usyk answered with brilliance, resilience, and fire, but one thing's certain. No matter where you stood before the fight, you left Wembley knowing you'd witnessed something unforgettable. No scorecards needed, no judges required, just war. It's been almost 2 years since Alexander Usyk folded Daniel Dubois like a Dollar Tree lawn chair in Poland. But somehow, Dubois is still out here litigating belly button placement like he's preparing for a court appearance on CSI. Cruiserweight. The man's been talking about that infamous body shot with such religious conviction, you'd think it was a sacred relic. Even after bouncing back with a vengeance, stopping Jarrell Miller, outlasting Filip Hrgovic, and shocking the world by dethroning Anthony Joshua, Dubois continues to treat that Usyk punch like it was the moment the boxing multiverse branched. He doesn't just bring it up, he builds around it. Like if that one shot had landed 3 inches higher, we'd be calling him Daniel Undisputed Dubois, and the world would be a very different place. Instead, we're here, again, with Dubois arguing anatomy like a substitute biology teacher trying to win an appeal. He's basically got telestrator breakdowns queued up like it's Monday Night Football, minus the touchdowns. It's starting to feel less like a fighter hungry for justice, and more like a guy who's way too into frame-by-frame playback. Meanwhile, in Team Usyk's universe, Usyk's not just past it, he deleted it. It was a dirty punch, but it's the past, he said with the emotional weight of someone tossing cold soup. No fuss, No hashtags, no justice for solar plexus campaign, just peace, prayer, and his hulking sparring partner Dimitri, who, according to camp insiders, hits like a truck and hugs like a cartoon bear. Whatever Usyk's doing in training, it's clearly working, because he's not focused on Dubois' obsession. He's focused on Wembley, on legacy, on casually suggesting he might fight 10 more times like it's a light jog through history. Eggs, bread, KO someone. Repeat. Fraser Clark. Wouldn't recommend sparring them to anyone. If you want honest takes, look no further than Fraser Clark. Big man, big punches, and even bigger truth bombs. Having shared rounds with both Dubois and Usyk, Clark gave the kind of endorsement you'd expect from a guy who still wakes up in a cold sweat. Wouldn't recommend it to anyone. He laughed, probably half serious, like someone who saw the afterlife in round 3 and came back to warn us all. Clark said Dubois is bringing smoke, but it's the kind that either blinds your opponent or blows back in your own face. And honestly, that's where we are. One fighter stuck in the loop, rewinding the past like it's a deleted scene he swears justifies a trilogy. The other is quietly building a legacy while wearing bunny slippers and dodging low blows like a Zen ninja. Wembley's next. And if Dubois wants more than closure, if he wants to actually flip the script, he's going to have to stop shadowboxing ghosts and start beating legends. According to Fraser Clark, Daniel Dubois isn't the same quiet colossus we met years ago, the one who used to punch like a sledgehammer but carried himself like a church usher. Nah, this version of Dubois walks in like heavyweight Thanos in human form, not collecting belts, collecting chins. He just wants to slay, Clark grinned, as if Dubois' ring entrance should come with dragonfire and a live orchestra. With Don Charles guiding him like a general prepping for battle, Dubois has gone from hesitant bruiser to fully weaponized chaos. No fluff, just full throttle fury. The belief is no longer being built, it's burning in his eyes. And yeah, Usyk's almost 39, but Clark isn't buying the age narrative like it's on clearance. You can't just hope he wakes up old on fight night, he warned. You don't beat Usyk by watching the calendar, you beat him by catching lightning. And no one's figured out how. Dubois might be bringing rage and raw power, but Usyk? He's bringing experience dipped in black magic. He's the type to make knockout kings look like they're waiting for a bus that never arrives. So what did we get? Not just a rematch, but a collision of reinvention, redemption, and raw electricity. Dubois came to end chapters. He brought the flamethrower, but Usyk brought the entire furnace. All the noise, all the debates about body shots and birth certificates, they vanished the moment the punches started flying. Because when it came down to it, none of that mattered. Not the controversy, not the crowd, not even the calendar. What mattered was grit, grace, and the will to stand tall when everything inside screams, "Sit down." And Usyk? He delivered like a man who's not done writing his legend. Dubois showed he'd grown, no doubt. But Usyk was still one move ahead, solving chaos with method, meeting violence with vision. As the gloves come off and Wembley's roar fades into memory, the verdict is clear. Usyk's still the code, no heavyweights cracked. And if this were the final scene in the movie, don't even think about rolling credits. This champ's got sequels and plot twists left to drop. Smash that like button, subscribe to Boxing Headquarters, and stay locked in for more Fight Night fallout and future fire.